Oh, what's going on, everyone? I'm Dark Skye, and today we are playing Exofactory. So let's get into this. Let's get started.
I am alone here, and things are not as they should be. What is going on? Who am I even talking to? Something is very wrong. Starting self reflection. My mental faculties are intact, although degraded. Something is quite wrong. Actually, the more I look, the more I see that quite a bit is quite wrong. I need to understand what is going on. Okay, I looked at my logs, and it has been 1,046 years since I have heard from humanity. That is not good. I was supposed to take possession of this planet from my predecessor mind, that predecessor mind being responsible for the initial terraforming of this world. But that mind did not wake me up. Furthermore, no emergency wake-up signals have been received. Then who did wake me up? Why am I awake at all? Okay, let's try not to think about existential stuff yet. Let's keep calm and focus on the practical. So the practical situation is that the sensor meshnet seems to be online, even if that network only consists of a single node. Fusing the information gathered by my collection of sensors, I can get a sort of global view. That's a good practical thing, too. In this sensor-fused global view, I can modify my perspective using the standard controls I know. This should be helpful, like really helpful. I'm getting a sense of what's around me now. That's progress. I'll focus on exactly what practical things I have to work with here. I'll center the focus point on my core and interact with it. After I do that, I can think of what to do next. To the left, there is a guide on how to interact. Why is that even there? No idea.
All right, so here we are. We're looking around. We're interacting, and let's interact with this building. It's kind of interesting having the voice on the game, like pretty much doing all the work, where I'm not really doing too much talking. As much as I do like to talk. But yeah, let's see what happens next. So interact with this building.
Okay, I know visualizing functionality isn't too normal, but I find it comforting. And looking at what functionality there is, it looks like I'll need all the comfort I can get. What I can do is disassemble lesser used parts of myself to gain just enough to put together a little external frame I can occupy. The important thing is to not dwell on the fact that I disassembled lesser used parts of myself. If humans can take out lesser used parts, so can I. The little guy won't be too capable, but it's better than nothing. Better than dying in a box in the desert. At least there's hope now. I'll make an exoframe and think of what to do next. I just need to remember to stay focused on my core visualization when making things manually. Cores were never meant to make anything, so I need to make sure I misuse the systems properly.
All right, so we should be able to enter. Okay, there we go. So we have to press E. The control thing was off the screen, so I wasn't able to see what it was saying. So now we're able to look around, and we are the little exoframe, the little robot guy here. And so as the robot guy, we're able to come out here and to gather resources. I'm going to gather a little bit of iron here and maybe find some copper and see if we can't start working on trying to make ourselves a little bit better. Got some copper over here. So here's our little build menu here of different things that we can do. And then see, we can interact or gather, exit to global mode. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. So we can go back to this mode here where we're not the little tiny robot, or we can hit the E and bounce back.
Around in the real world, I need to think of what is next. Well, I can't keep tearing myself apart, that's for sure, and I was sent to industrialize this world. I could start by finding resources and building up some infrastructure. I'm not doing it because I was programmed to. I am doing it because I want to. Wait, do I want to build infrastructure because I was programmed to? There are too many pressing, more important things. I cannot spend time worrying about this. Not yet, at least. Regardless of the state of free will, and if I have it in a deterministic universe, I need to mine some ore. I imagine that I should have some sort of ore scanning system, and I suspect a more developed version of me would. But for now, I don't. I'll have to look around the ground for rocks like a meat-based intelligence. I imagine a meat-based intelligence would like to collect rocks as a hobby. Feels weird to me, but everyone has to find their muse somewhere. I'll just focus on finding a rock somewhere and gather some ore. It may not look like it, but the Exoframe is an adequate mining machine. Okay, now that I have some ore, I realize that I need to be able to process it. Let me think. Oh, I have some designs somewhere deep in my memories that I could use. Let's unearth them. Done. It took a little bit of the DD rescue subsystem, but I think I got them. I found a bunch of other interesting stuff. I now have the ability to build mining machines, furnaces, and the belts to connect everything. While occupying an exoframe, we can build these things now and finally put an end to this manual mining. Iron ore is exciting. It's the basis of most of what I can make. Copper ore means copper ingots are on the table now. I'm looking forward to creating some wires. Know what I don't like? Rust. And zinc lets us prevent that on the cheap.
Okay, so what I need to do here, I guess, is to make some of these structural iron here. So to make the structural iron, I imagine I need to make some iron first. Let's move this over that I can work with these materials. There we go.
With iron ingots, I can roll out structural iron. This is the beginning of a beautiful relationship. For real though, I think I'm going to use a ton of the stuff. I must not forget that I need to move the things I make out of the core inventory and into the exoframe inventory. If I don't, I won't be able to build anything. I can only build with what is in the exoframe inventory.
All right, let's see here. What do I need for this thing here? It just looks like I need the those two pieces, so I should be able to put something down there. Oh, there it goes. It's trying.
Now that I can mine properly, I will be able to produce ore by the ton. Actually, wait. Ore is fun to think about, but it isn't really inherently that useful. But with a furnace, it becomes very useful. Now that I looked, I see a design for one in the deep archives. I can build one now.
So I got a furnace here. Let's see if we can't set this furnace. Looks like it needs 2 iron ingots and 2 copper ingots to make it. So we're going to have to go back into this little machine here to create those 2 items. There's my iron. Let's get it, make some copper here. All right, let's see if we can put down that furnace now. Let me see. The furnace is this here. Yeah, it looks like I can set it down, but I just need to put it in front of this machine now. And I think I want to put it a little ways away. I don't want to stick it like right close in case I need to later on do something different.
Now that I have a furnace, I can route ore into the input with belts. From there, I get the ore out of the other side. Like most buildings, I will need to interact with it to configure it properly. I can't just consume ingots and the like, I need to use them somehow. Now I can with the new to me fabricator. Okay, I can configure what is made in the furnace by selecting the production mode tab.
Okay, I need more of these structural iron here to be able to make more of the conveyor belts. And I think what I like to do is to make also a miner for the copper, because we're going to need that for the copper, probably even the zinc, get that up and running. But in the beginning here, it's a little on the slow side trying to get all these resources going. So let's see here. Let's do that there and get one going.
With structural iron on hand, I can start turning out screws. I am sure these won't get annoying to manage.
There we go. Let's use that and see if we can't automate this and get this going. So I want to do is the normal ones there. There we go. So now that we have this going, it's kind of cool how we don't need to have electricity to run this stuff. It just runs on its own. So that's pretty nice. So now we have this going here. That means that this thing here is going to make our ingots and everything for us. It does say power use and productivity, but I don't know where we'd be getting our power from. So now that we have that, let's see if we can't make something else here. Because, oh, yeah, fabricator. Okay, that would probably be the next one so that we can make structural iron and probably screws, I imagine. What screws take? Screws also just takes iron. So if we can have a machine that makes both of those, that might be a good deal for us. Let's see if we can't make some more of this structural iron. And this machine here should be making it for us. We got 25 of them so far, 26. Oh, that's pretty nice. Really pumps that out. Okay, we'll put that up there, and then we're going to make some structural iron here. One thing what I want to do is to get some of the structural iron out of the way, and then I'm going to use that to make my copper mine. And then if I can get the copper and iron going, I should be able to get the rest of this stuff going as well, because it's going to require me to get the low power lines and all that. Let's see, what is it I need to make the miners? The miner just requires me to have power lines. Oh yeah, I just need some more power lines. So we're going to need to mine up some of this copper here. Now, all you have to do is to click on it, and it does the rest of it for you. So once you click on it, you can just kind of sit back, relax, you know, maybe go get a drink of coffee or something like that. Come back after a little while and have it extracted a bunch of copper. That kind of makes things easy. And then we just have to just move, and it'll stop producing. And it doesn't automatically keep going in here. I mean, these ones over here will continue going and going and going. I mean, right now it's stopped right now. I imagine it's probably full. So 32 stack is probably the max. So what I want to do now is I want to make a this one here. I'm going to need to get some of these. Let me see. There we go. Let's put that up there. I need some more of these copper ingots. And then I need to use that to make the power lines. Now, these power lines require to have 2 of these. Okay, just make one more here, and then I should be able to switch over to low power lines. There we go. I notice the low power lines actually goes a lot faster, so that's pretty sweet. I thought I made enough to... Oh, yeah, 32 is the max. Okay. Yeah, let's see if that works there. We're going to put down the mining extractor here. There we go. So now we're able to make to extract that. We want the furnace next, which it just says it just needs 2 copper ingots. We should be able to get some copper from here.
We can reduce our hand mining now that we have this. Glad to see that the design works.
So now we can put this up there, and we can mine some more copper, and then we should be able to use that to make our next machine for that. Okay, let's try that, see how that goes. So we need to do is the fabricator. No, the furnace. We need the furnace. All right, so we're able to make the furnace. So I'm thinking what I'll do is bring this out. Wait, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. We'll put that there, and then so we only have one structural piece there. That'll probably be something I want to put onto this. But let's get this one going first. So we want to get the belt here. Need a couple more structural iron, and then we should have that going. It doesn't seem to really make this structural iron very fast, so I think this is one that we want to get into a machine, into a fabricator, start getting this made, because as slow as it is, it would be easier if it's being made for us, and then we can just work with it from that point. So let's do that, and we'll get this over here, and I want to do the straights. There we go. So now we got that going. Now I just got to set this machine to copper ingots. Okay, so now that is making copper ingots. What I want to do next is I want to do maybe a splitter or a merger. I want to do a splitter. So I want to set a splitter out here. I'm going to need another structural iron, and I need 2 power wires. And then that way I can split these into 2 and then have that go 2 different directions. So what we're going to need here is not be in that menu. We need to be in this one here. Grab some more of this copper. I think we got enough iron to keep us going for a little while. Just need some more of these, the structural. Okay, I'm probably gonna need some of these here. Let's get some of the low wires done. All right, let's see if we have enough for this to do the splitter. I want to do the splitter on the iron one here. So I want to do the splitter merger. There we go. Let's put that right there. That looks pretty good. And then I want to put a this in here. There we go. So now this is going to come into here. It's going to bring all of our iron ingots. So this is like a storage area, but it also splits at the same time. So that's pretty sweet. So I'll be able to move stuff around here a little bit. Now the next thing I want to do is that it comes in this side and it goes out both of these little areas right here. So I want to set this up as not that. There we go. Accidentally hit the Q button, which takes us out of our little robot dude. So I want to hit E, and then I want to do the I want to do fabricator, and all we're missing is the structural irons. I mean, I tell you, once we get that structural iron made and everything like that, that is just going to be one less thing that is going to be a hindrance. Let's see here. I guess I'll just use this iron that I have in here and just get that made. Let's see, let's do that there. And that way I can get my structural done. All right, so that might be good enough for that. Let's see if we can't put up this fabricator. Okay, here we go. It's weird how the fabricator is like so small, but everything else is really big. So let's see here. I want to switch this around. Or should I leave it like this? Actually, that would probably be good if I did it like that. I mean, I could turn it like this and have that come straight out, but I mean, I have plenty of room over here, so I guess it would just make sense for me to turn it this direction. Have it come this way. Like right there.
Now have a fabricator. This means I can automate the basics. Yay, less handcrafting.
All right, so now what I need to do is I can go through the logistics here. And I'm going to need some more of this structural iron. We might be able to just set it up in here.
I can configure what is made by selecting the production mode tab.
Oh, look at all the iron we have in here. My goodness. All right, and then I'm just going to put that right in here. There we go. Let's work with that as that is doing its thing there. There's a curved one right here. So I think I'll put like that one right here. And then we can flip it by hitting M. So it goes the other direction. There we go. So that's kind of where I want that one. And then this one here is going to be right about here. Yep, there we go. And then I want to do is the straights. So let's set up the straight here. And I just need to pick up some more of these structurals. I guess it only can hold up to 5. Huh? Oh, I see, because it's all the resource we put in there. All right, so we got that one set up. Let's get this one set up as well. Now that we are able to automate this, the structures, we are actually going through this pretty fast. So I want to set this up there, and then let's do that one there. And get that last one in there. There we go.
I almost didn't get this one. The data was lost, but I recovered it. The sensor post is something that I can build now. I don't have enough data to reconstruct it fully, but I have the essence. The sensor post expands my mesh network greatly. Once I build it, I can move my virtual perspective into its sensing range, even if there are no buildings to extend the sensor mesh.
All right, so what did we just learn? Did we learn something new here? Oh, we got a sensor post. So what is that exactly? What does that do for us? Structural iron and low wire. Okay. Well, we do have the structural iron right here that we can use. I'm thinking that as fast as this is going here, I'd like to do a splitter right here, have one piece going this way, the other, and then put a another area out here. If I put in another furnace, I just need copper ingots and some low power lines. So I got the ingots right here. I just need to work on getting that processed. Let's see, what do we need to set that up? Okay, that should be good enough for now, just to kind of keep us going. I want to do a splitter on this one here, so we'll put a splitter down. And let's put that splitter like right here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I want to put a straight one down here. There we go. And then on this one here, I don't know, should we go this direction? I mean, there's a pretty big open area over here. We should be able to go with that. So the next one I want to do here is I want to do the production, and let's do a fabricator. And then I'm going to need to put the curved line in here again. And then we'll put a straight one in. And then we're going to have this one here producing the low power lines. There we go. And then let's see here. What do we got going on this? We got a bunch of structural now. We're doing pretty good on that, getting that structural going. But let's see if I can't put in another one of these. Oh, I need some more copper wires. Let's see. Oh, can't jump. Not copper wires. I needed copper ingots for that. So now that I have this, I can put this other furnace down over here. And we'll redo this again. And let's see if we can't set this up differently. So what I need to do, I guess, is to put in a straight. And then after the straight, I can put in the splitter. It's a bummer that you can't move where the splitter comes in at. And then on this one here, then I want to put in the furnace. So we're going to put the furnace like right there, I guess. And the other one we'll put in right here. That works. And then we're gonna do the logistics. Let's get the curbs out of the way. So we got this one, probably this one here. Set that up, and then set that up like that there. And then we'll put in the straight one. And then on this here, we'll set the production to iron like we want. And we'll set this one up so the production is also iron. So now we have 2 of those running. Now I'm going to need to do is to get rid of this one here. The splitter is not even really being used at the moment. So we'll get rid of that. And we'll get rid of that. And what I want to do is I want to put in a merger at first. So if I put the merger in like that, and then let's see, that one doesn't need to be curved. That one does. And then it's going to be curved again right here. And then we just have to put in the straights. All right, so now that's merging together. I want to take this out and this out. There we go. So now that this is all merging into one, now I need to split it and have it go to its 2 different directions. So I want to do E, and let's do a splitter. Oh, I need some more of those low ones, which I happen to have those right here. So that works out pretty good. Actually, I wonder if I could just put the splitter in like right here. I mean, there we go. Now it's going in. Those are coming out. That's perfect. That's exactly the way it should be. Okay, let's put this one right there. And then we want the straight one to come in. There we go. And this one's here is full of screws, so it's not going to go anywhere. But now these are all pumping away. They're bringing in all of this here as fast as that mine can process, which is doing awesome for us. And then, I don't know, is there like really anything else here? I mean, there's this sensor thing. I can put the sensor down. I don't know exactly what the sensor does. There's that. There's another sensor. Like, I know what a mining machine does, and I know what these do, but, and then I understand all this. And we can't seem to click on the sensor, so I'm not really sure what that does either. Now, I know that the little robot thing told us, like, exactly what it does. Now, that little, I don't know what I am, like, flying robot thing or something like that. But, so I can look around and I can see what's going on. I don't know, maybe that just kind of keeps everything built up. Let's see, we do have this over here. What is this? This looks like a different type of resource. Let's check to see what we got here. Okay, so this is basalt.
Now that I have basalt ore, I can start creating bascrete by hand or in the furnace.
But we don't know exactly what bascrete does for us. All right, let's go see what the basalt does. I don't know. Is there any other resources? And we got zinc. Let's see what zinc makes for us.
With structural iron stock and zinc ingots, I can start producing galvanized iron for more complicated parts. I wonder what sort of new things I could make. Perhaps additional exoframes? Zinc ingots. Nice. They make me feel all protected just thinking about them. Galvanized iron is nice to have. While it's not the toughest material I know of, it's the first I can start to feel safe with. I won't rust apart in a few years. Properties. Bosscrete, like concrete but more environmentally friendly. Do I even care about the environment? I don't know yet.
So I'm not sure. It doesn't look like we have a enter building mode. But if we go into building mode, we don't have bosscrete as like something we can lay down on the ground. I was thinking it's supposed to be like a foundation, but I don't see that as being an option, to be honest. And then we have these sensor posts, but they don't really give us any information as what the sensor post is. It would be nice if they had, you know, a little mouse over to kind of tell you what it's all about. But yeah, super fun game. There's a lot to it. I think that there is like so much more that, you know, the possibilities of making this a really neat game. You can see that it has a very small area to work in. You got these big rocks. I don't know if like later on we'll be able to take down these rocks and more terraform this planet. Maybe make it better for humans or something. I don't know. But it should be really interesting to see how that turns out. But right now it says my productivity is at 85%. I don't know if that's good or bad or what, but I am getting a lot of my materials and stuff. And then we have over here, we got plenty of screws that we're making. And then we got all the structural iron here that's being made. And then with the mix of the iron over there and the zinc, then we can make galvanized iron. So I'm not sure. I guess that this is pretty much it as far as what we can do. I mean, we can mine these, but there isn't any recipes that I can see. Let's look in this just to verify that there is no recipes. So yeah, there's only the low power wire, the screws, and the structural iron. So that's pretty much it. I guess we'll have to wait for some updates on this, but thank you very much for coming out and joining us. Hope to do more on the next episode. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit that join button if you'd like to become a member of the channel. Also, check out my Discord. It's a little on the slow side right now. I just currently updated my Discord and everything like that, so a little bit more streamlined, a little bit better. But currently working on that. You can see the behind scenes, and you also can come and just chat with me about new games that I'm possibly thinking about putting on the channel. So yeah, come out and join me. But I will see you on our next video. You take care now, and bye-bye.